In today's lesson, we are going to talk about place value and rounding. So in our section today, this is 0.1, place value and rounding. So we just always need a good refresher of place values. So I'm going to write out a number here. It is 1, 2, 3, 4.56. And it's identifying each of these numbers. That 1 is the thousands, 2 is the hundreds, 3 is the tens, 4 is the ones. We have a decimal, which you can say is and or point. And then we go into our decimal parts where this is a tenth, hundredths, and thousands. And that will be just kind of talking about how to use that language properly, like saying 2017 rather than 2017, or I can't think of another way to say it right now, but you get my drift. So after talking about place value, we need to talk about converting numbers to words. We have 42, 700, and 5/10. For words to numbers. Sorry, I forgot that I had an example that was also the other way. 2, 3, all right, so those are our 4 examples that we're going to deal with. 42, we have to recognize that this is indicative of the 10 spot. This is the 1 spot. 700, so we at least know that much. And, meaning decimal, 5/10 because of the tenths bit. So this is 700.5. When we read this, we should say 100. And I know on IXL it says and 23, 20-3, point 56. The other way that you can say this is that it's 123 and 56 hundredths. Either way is acceptable. In this one, you could say 53. And because this one is so long, I usually just say point. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because once it starts getting to those higher decimal place values, this being the thousand spot, it just sounds a little easier to bring it in that way. So it's a little bit more clear. Okay. Then we're going to talk about rounding decimals. This is just my page margin for you guys. So for rounding decimals, we have a few rules first. So rule 1, determine, well, this is the steps. Determine how many decimal places you need and draw a line under the number to that digit. Two, draw a vertical line to the right side of the underlined digit. Three, circle the digit to the right of your vertical line. Now this is the general step for decimals and whole numbers, but this is kind of where it gets different. So I'm going to put like a little marker here, decimal. Step 4. Drop all the digits. To the right of my vertical line. And with whole numbers, we are looking at it saying it's pretty much the same except step 4, all the digits to the right of the vertical line become zeros. Okay, and let's remember that our rule for rounding, I'm going to put this like this, is such that if the digit is 5 or higher, I'm going to say if the circle digit round up, everything else rounds down. Let's see a few examples of that. I'll scroll back up here in just a second. Come on. There we go. Get rid of that bad boy, and I'll scroll down just a little bit. There we go. So let's do an example. 795, I believe. Let's do 765, actually. Just to be consistent. 0.3482. Round to 1 decimal tenths. Okay, so then what I do is I identify my 10th spot, which is here. So I'm going to draw my line all the way to my 10th spot. Draw a vertical line, and then I'm going to circle my target digit, which is going to tell this guy what to do. Because this is 4 or lower, it's going to stay the same. But I'm going to write it out, 765.3, and everything else gets cut. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's do another one. 743.6953, round to the nearest hundredth. I'm going to write it down here because I don't think I have enough space. Okay, so I'm going to know that 9 is in my hundredth spot because tenths, hundredths. Draw a line all the way over there. Draw a vertical line. Circle the target digit. 5 tells the 9 to move up. So then this becomes 7, 4, 3. And because 9 rounds up to 10, the 6 gets that 1. So it becomes 0.70. And you have to keep this 0 in order to know that you rounded to the nearest hundredth. You won't get full marks otherwise. Okay, let's do a couple whole value ones. So if I have round 2, 3, 1, 6, 5 to the nearest 1,000. Same step. This is my 1,000 spot. So I'm going to underline, vertical line, target digit. Tells my guy to stay the same. So 2, 3, and everything else becomes zeros. Let's do one more. 4, 3, space 8, 5, 3 to the nearest 100. Okay. So that's our 100 spot. We'll underline here, circle the 5. The 5 tells the 8 to move up. So this changes to 4, 3, and these guys get to stay the same because it's only when we change things to the right. So 4, 3, 8, oh, sorry, 900. So 43,900. Another way to ask this to yourself is 43,853 closer to 900 or to 800? Well, technically it's closer to 900 because it only takes 47 steps to get to 900, but you have to go back 53. Same thing here. Is it closer to 23,000 or 24,000? Okay, if you have any questions, let me know.